Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Story Essence Podcast. I'm Maya, and wow, are we excited to be here today. This is part 2 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and if part 1 got your mind spinning about those two contrasting fathers and their completely different philosophies, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the absolute game-changing financial lessons that literally set the rich apart from everyone else.
I'm Ryan, and yes, I am so pumped for this episode. We are going to absolutely blow your mind today as we break down the difference between assets and liabilities, uncover exactly why the middle class often struggles financially despite working so hard, and learn Rich Dad's absolute golden rule that changed everything. The rich buy assets, while the poor and middle class buy liabilities they think are assets. This is gonna be incredible.
Rich Dad explained that most people get it wrong because they never truly understand the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket.
Wait, hold on. So it's not about how fancy or expensive something looks. It's literally just about whether it puts money in your pocket or takes money out. That's actually brilliant in its simplicity.
Exactly. You got it. Rich Dad said it perfectly. Don't focus on how big your paycheck is. That's what everyone else obsesses over. Instead, focus on how much of that paycheck gets turned into assets that generate income. It's a total mindset flip.
One of the boldest claims Kiyosaki makes is that your house is not an asset. Shocking, right? Because while people believe their home is their biggest investment, the reality is you pay a mortgage every month. You pay property taxes. You pay for repairs, insurance, and upkeep.
Oh my gosh. So instead of putting money in your pocket, the house keeps pulling money out. That's actually mind-blowing when you think about it that way.
Exactly, right? It's such a paradigm shift. Unless that house is generating rental income, it's actually a liability, not an asset. This completely changes how you look at home ownership.
Rich Dad called this the cash flow trap. When people get a raise at work, what do they usually do? They buy a bigger house. They upgrade to a new car. They spend more on lifestyle.
Oh, wow, right. So instead of using that extra income to build wealth through assets, they just pile on bigger and shinier expenses and debts. They're basically running faster on the same hamster wheel.
That's why Robert says the middle class often looks rich on the outside, but they're stuck in the same rat race as the poor. Their liabilities grow as fast as their income.
Rich Dad illustrated this with simple diagrams. The poor, income comes in and it all goes out as expenses, nothing left. The middle class, income comes in and it flows out to expenses and liabilities, mortgage, car loans, credit cards. The rich, income comes in, but instead of spending it, they buy assets. Assets then generate more income, which pays for expenses and luxuries.
Wait, that's incredible. So the rich don't work for money, their assets work for them. That's the secret. They've created this beautiful system where money makes money.
Yes, exactly. That's the whole mindset shift right there. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter and making your money work for you.
So what counts as an asset? Investments like stocks and bonds, real estate that produces rental income, businesses that generate cash flow, royalties, intellectual property, or anything that earns while you sleep.
That's amazing. So basically anything that earns money while you sleep.
And liabilities? Your personal residence if it costs you money, cars, credit card debt, student loans, anything that takes money out of your pocket regularly.
Wow, when you put it like that, it's so clear. Most people are walking around thinking they're building wealth, but they're actually just collecting money drains. Rich Dad repeated it again and again. The secret of becoming rich is simple. Know the difference between an asset and a liability, and buy assets.
Oh, this is brilliant. Sounds simple, but it changes everything.
Instead of saying, I can't afford this, Rich Dad encouraged Robert to ask, how can I afford it? That one simple question pushes you to think like an investor instead of a victim of circumstances.
An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. Your home is not an asset unless it generates income. Middle-class families often get trapped by debt and expenses as their income grows. The rich focus on building assets, not showing off liabilities. Cash flow management is more important than salary size.
This is exactly why financial literacy matters so much. Maya, once you see money this way, you'll literally never look at your spending the same again. It's like putting on financial glasses for the first time.
You know what, Ryan? That really is the foundation of everything. Understanding assets and liabilities. It sounds so basic, but it's literally the difference between financial freedom and the rat race.
And Maya, I'm so excited for part 3. We're going to dive into how to work for skills, not just money. We'll explore Rich Dad's incredible lessons about commitment, selling, and, this is huge, how to overcome fear and greed when it comes to money. It's going to be incredible.
Stay tuned for that amazing episode. And seriously, thank you so much for being part of our Story Essence podcast community. You guys are the best.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening and for joining us on this financial literacy journey. Until next time.